Okay, so one of the things that we do need to remember about floor crossing before everybody gets their knickers in a knot over what's probably about to happen with Pierre Poilievre, there sounds like there's about 10 that want to go. MPs don't cross the floor unless they feel like they're going to lose their jobs, right? If they feel like in the next election cycle they're not going to be able to hold their seat, they're going to look for the solution to that. Here is what informs their inability to not hold the seat. It has nothing to do with national polling. It has everything to do with internal riding polling. So if MPs are seeing that their riding is saying, hey, we support this over here more than we support what you're attached to, where do you think they're going to go? They're going to go to where the majority support is. This is where mob mentality kind of comes into play when we talk about democratic mobbing. And democratic mobbing is essentially, that is the majority rules. So if you happen to be like in a super conservative space and you are not conservative, chances are you're never going to have you're never going to have liberal policies come through, right? That's that mob mentality. It's the mob vote, right? We have a Westminster democracy, so it does function a little bit differently. And I would encourage everybody to go in and research that so that you understand how that works. But at the end of the day, MPs are looking at the polling in their riding. And if the polling is showing that the support is moving away from where they sit, like heavily moving away from where they sit, they're going to follow their constituents and what their constituents are saying on paper in the polling that they're wanting. Internal polling is always better than our external polling. We don't get a lot of the same information in our external polling that they get in their internal polling. So before everybody freaks out, number one, this has been done for time immemorial. We have had liberals go to conservatives and conservatives go to liberals. Number two, it's a Westminster democracy, which allows for this to happen. Number three, so there's nothing nefarious going on, guys. It is how our democracy is established. So if you're like, I don't like it, okay, then you don't like a Westminster democracy, not that everything is turning into communism. You just don't like this particular expression of democracy. And that's fine, but stop calling it something that it's not. It's not communism, it's not fascism. Oh my God. Anyway, but number three, they're following the voter. So just because you might be part of the group that's actually okay to stay where that MP is, and that's fine, that's your choice. You can, that's democracy, that's freedom, you're allowed. But just because you're okay with it doesn't mean that they're going to cater to that if catering to that means they lose their job. They're going to go to represent the bigger group. That's that mob style democracy. That is the majority wins kind of expression of democracy, right? Again, not every democracy is healthy, okay? It's not about finding a perfect thing because perfection doesn't exist, but we have to work it within what we have and then advocate for change if you're not happy about it. But stop freaking out and making mountains out of molehills because Pierre Poilievre is having a leadership issue. MPs are crossing because their constituents, the internal polling of their constituents is telling them that they probably need to do that in order to maintain their jobs and to be able to proportionately represent their riding. If the majority want liberal policy, then that's where they gotta go. So is it about voting for the person or is it about voting for the party? Well, that's an individual choice that you get to make. I tend to vote federally for the party and then I tend to vote provincially for the person. I have not liked my MP for a long time. Or my MLA for a long time, so I don't vote for Jackie Lovely. I just don't. Up until this year, she's done nothing for us. And now suddenly with a recall petition, she's like, oh, I guess I should probably do some work. Yeah! Please! We need help! And provincial governments are predominantly responsible for affordability. The federal government cannot fix the affordability issue that we're seeing here in Alberta. This is an Alberta UCP-made problem. That is how things and stuff work. So as people are crossing the floor, this is what you have to think about. They're following the constituents' lead. Just because you might be in that constituency and you don't agree with where the majority of your constituency is going doesn't matter. Your politician does. So vote for the person or vote for the party doesn't really matter. It's not really a part of the conversation. Hope that helps. Love ya.